guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited. So last night, we did see Jordynne Grace appear on NXT to challenge for the NXT Women's Championship. She will be facing Roxanne Perez at Battleground. With that, word did start to come out that there is a working relationship with WWE and TNA. This is the first part of that working relationship, and now Fightful actually has a very interesting update that makes me think this is more than a working relationship with TNA and WWE, and maybe, just maybe, if I'm reading into this correctly, WWE looking more to just work with Grace than TNA as a whole, as Fightful writes the following. Fightful learned a lot more about Grace's appearance and what the future holds. As highlighted on social media, both Grace and Ethan Page were hidden away, and Fightful's Corey Brennan had noted that the tapings had been way more secretive than usual. Non-complete rundowns featured Lita and Alexa Bliss as placeholders for Jordynne Grace's appearance. Lita's theme was also used as a placeholder during rehearsals for the segment. NXT talent we spoke to were pleasantly surprised about the announcement that Jordynne will be wrestling on NXT next week. Roxanne Perez was said to have legitimately been surprised at her own urging. Though Sean Ross Sapp spoke to, said Perez was adamant that she wanted to be surprised by who the opponent would be. So when Jordynne Grace popped up on the show, it was a genuine reaction. The NXT Battleground match is part of an agreement between Grace and NXT that will see her make at least 3 appearances, including the 2 advertised matches and her appearance last week. NXT sources claim that Grace is making at least 6 figures for the appearances. Andre Comsection and Johnny Russo were responsible for Jordynne Grace's segment, per Corey Brennan. While talent didn't know, Ethan Page himself found out about Grace's appearance ahead of time as he and Grace were at Cesar Bononi's house before the reveals. They'd actually ran into each other prior to that and were aware of the spots. We're told that the door is very open for more NXT crossover with TNA. There were some that wondered if Scott D'Amore's departure from TNA would close that, as he helped facilitate the Royal Rumble appearance on his way out. However, those we've spoken to in TNA say that the line of communications have remained open. Grace remains under TNA contract for at least the next year plus. Now, and I may be looking at this wrong, I may be thinking about this wrong, Jordynne Grace getting paid 6 figures at least by WWE does not to me just sound like them going to TNA and saying, send somebody over, can we use somebody big from your roster? Because then, and again, correct me if I'm wrong on this, wouldn't that just be them sending Jordynne Grace over as part of her TNA deal instead of WWE paying her separately themselves? I'm just saying. But with that, as we do now know, there's a 3-appearance deal last night, next Tuesday, and then June 9th for the NXT Battleground show. If I'm like looking more into this and everything that we have heard of with Jordynne Grace and WWE, everyone was said to be very, very happy with her appearance at the Royal Rumble. Then they wanted her back here. So it's like, oh, soon as that TNA contract is up, I bet you if she doesn't sign before the contract is up, Triple H and them will be calling the moment that contract expires. I feel like Jordynne Grace, well, this may just be a bunch of hints telling her, hey, we're very interested and we want you here. So with that, if we do hear anything further on Jordynne Grace working NXT, what this can mean for the WWE TNA relationship and more, we'll have it for you right here. Pro Wrestling Unlimited.